Hindalco's Q1 numbers were not bad at all, especially if I have to look at it individual segment wise. And here I'm speaking more so for the aluminium business. Despite the lockdown, despite the challenges that came along with the lockdown, the EBITDA of the aluminium business was definitely impressive. But yeah, overall, we had the India revenues that dropped 26% at roughly about 7,464 crores. Profit after tax came in at 84 crores. We were expecting a loss. And yes, the EBITDA as well did come in lower than expected. But the aluminium business, where the revenues actually declined 19% because of the fall in aluminium prices and of course because of lower volumes as well. But despite that, the aluminium EBITDA came in at 856 crores versus 853 crores. So even though the operating leverage was not in favor, they still managed to post quite a healthy margin number at 19.3%. In fact, Hindalco is saying that this is the best in the industry in this quarter gone by during the current macroeconomic circumstances. They have said that it's the enhanced thrust on fixed cost reduction, better operational efficiencies, lower input costs that has led to a substantial reduction in the cost of production, thereby pushing forward the EBITDA and the margins. But the copper business has a different story to tell, because we had the cathode production that was down by 46%. The EBITDA came in just at 37 crore rupees, because here is where the negative operating leverage came into play. And adding further pressure was the fact that TCRCs were not that great, and even byproduct realizations had fallen tremendously. So we had this 88% drop that came by in the copper EBITDA, barely breaking even. However, analysts were expecting this. Analysts were expecting a weak set of numbers from the copper business. It has still managed to deliver 37 crores EBITDA, and I would say this could perhaps be attributable to the rebound that we saw in copper prices, especially towards the end of June. It continued in July. We're still seeing stability in copper prices, because metal prices and commodity prices have been pretty strong. And I would like to get in, Hindalco's opinion as well on what they believe aluminium and copper prices could do from here on, and whether the recovery in copper prices can sort of help in expanding margins for the copper business, which has, by the way, been struggling for some time now. But I guess apart from that, all eyes will also be on the financial implications of the Aleris acquisition. We know for a fact that it's definitely going to bear fruit for Hindalco, just as Novelis did when they acquired it a couple of years ago. But that will be 18 to 20 months later. The immediate impact is going to be on the different debt ratios. Now, for example, as on the 30th of June 2020, we had the debt to equity, the net debt to equity ratio, net debt to EBITDA ratio rather, for the consolidated financials, that surged from 2.61 times in the previous quarter, that's the quarter of 31st March, to 3.83 times. So how will Hindalco essentially manage all of this debt that has come on its books post Aleris acquisition will be very key to watch.